Maybe I should or shouldn't say this, but because I am who I am, I'll say it anyway. Up there, must have climbed up there, and then I got thinking, I wonder if they brought in one of those extended arm things, or how the heck would you get up there? I don't know. It wasn't me. That's all I know.
You had a caller on your radio show or whatever, a fan just called and kind of asked you the question she did, you know, as an idiot fan or an idiot media person, to say, how can you not start Justin Silver? How would you answer it? Or not?
You just did.
What?
You said an idiot fan or an idiot media person.
I don't think on your radio show you would call them an idiot fan.
No, I wouldn't, but I would agree with them if they said that. No. Obviously, I would.
So I'm the caller, and I just say, Coach, how can you even consider starting first, man? How come it's not automatic that you're not going to start Justin Silver?
Well, you haven't been on the practice field with us, so you really don't know. I thought our crowd was very good Saturday, and I thought they hung in there with us, even in spite of the fact that we went down 14-0 and went down 28-14. I thought our crowd, stayed with us, particularly our students, but really our entire crowd. And I thought that was very, very positive. Now, maybe they were doing that because of Justin Siller. I don't know that, but it was certainly encouraging to have the crowd hang around from a vocal point of view, not a physical point of view, but a vocal point of view to help us. I think that always inspires your team some.
Given the fact how Justin played on Saturday, would it be a tough decision not to, do you think he's earned the right to start, and would that be a tough decision not to start him?
Well, I'd like to think it won't be a tough decision. I think it's a decision that will have to be made later in the week. Like I say, Curtis may not be able to play. I don't know. Curtis might be healthy, but not quite healthy enough. Curtis might be, fully recovered. I think that 2 weeks after the injury, the type of injury he has, I think it's very reasonable to expect him to be at 80 or 90%. So that then would we'd have to make a late in the week decision on it, but we may not be dealing with that, or like I say, we may, and we'll make that call based on the game plan. The guy is amazingly mentally tough to me. He's a stay the course guy. You can't break his will. We were talking as a staff. Maybe I should or shouldn't say this, but because I am who I am, I'll say it anyway. And that is, we like our front four defensively. Practicing against our front four is good for us. Mike Neal has shown flashes of being a really good player, which is what we thought he would be, but he's been nicked forever. McGee can be a handful at any given time. Kerrigan is the emerging real player of the group. I mean, when I say real player, I'm not suggesting those other guys aren't players, but I think Kerrigan could be a special player before he leaves Purdue. So then that leaves you with Baker. Anyway, one of the coaches said, if the four of them got in a fight, I think I'd put my money on Baker. And I said, I think I would too. So that pretty much describes what we think of him. He's just, he's really good. He's positive. You can't break his will. He's never convinced that he's out of a game. He thinks he can win the game regardless of what the scoreboard may say. So he's really a mentally tough guy, along with being a very positive and upbeat guy. He's great. He's our leader in terms of community service, etc. He's in the lead tank all the time. Matter of fact, I question how he finds the time to do as much as he does.
You still don't know anything about who's putting the big jersey up on the statue?
No, I don't. I noticed the thing was off yesterday. I didn't pay much attention to that until you brought it to my attention on Sunday. I did see it, but I didn't think anything about it. And then you asked the question on Sunday, and so yesterday, I think when we were coming back from one of those wonderful media events we had, I noticed the jersey's gone. I'm thinking, whoever put it up there must have climbed up there. And then I got thinking, I wonder if they brought in one of those extended arm things, or how the heck would you get up there? I don't know. It wasn't me. That's all I know. An interesting thing about him is that he's not the biggest back. in the league that has ever put up those kind of numbers, that's for sure. But he's very similar to the really outstanding tailbacks that you see over a period of time, and that is he gets stronger as the game goes on. I don't know if he gets stronger or if the opponent just begins to wear down. But you know, he's had multiple games where he's broken big plays, you know, in the second half of the games. So that tells me this guy is great from an endurance point of view. He has nearly 400 rushes, I think, so he has a ton of them. So I think about anything you're going to throw at him, he's already seen.